Hey folks, JD here, and today we've got this thing that is too big for my table again. XK MQ9, otherwise known as the Reaper. Right, let's open this up and have a little look at it and see what we've got going on. So, if I slide that out of there, then we've got the manual there as well. I'm going to try and decant everything from here into appropriate piles. Right, we've got the wings, there we go, we've got some decals, got the main body there. Ooh, very nose heavy. We've got the standard XK transmitter, and I think, yeah, that's everything. There we go. So it looks very, very simple, he says. Right, so what I'm going to do, and before I get to anything else, people often ask me why I glue these together. Well, I don't drive, so I find it difficult. When I go from point A to point B, I take a load of things with me. A load of quads, loads of helicopters, a couple of cars, and I often find that my hands are full, my bags are full. So by me gluing all this together rather than just pushing it in and letting them fix together and holding and holding still, I find that when I glue it all together, it's just a bit of extra stability for myself. So let's go over this. What have we got? Well, we've got the main fuselage here of the Reaper, the standard sort of nose cone here that you get on these sort of Predator, Reaper style drones. Underneath we've got the battery on and off button as well under there. Then we've got the place that you would pop your, and in these two slits here, actually the front and the middle here, you've got where you'd normally put your running wheels. Now, I never affix these because I don't actually run them to take off. I hand throw them. I hand launch them, so therefore I never bother putting them on. You've also got your antenna on the bottom there and status LED. Then at the top you've got what looks like a mini motor, mini servo, and you've got your two cables there. Now, on the wing, it's a bit of a different assembly. You've got a standard wing. On the underside you've got these particular motors that you need to glue in place. One is glued, one isn't. Looks like it has come undone, so I will be re-gluing that back in. But essentially, as you can see from here, this is what it looks like. You've got your red and white plugs that connect to your red and white sockets here, and then in the bag you've got the standard accessories that you would normally get inside here. So what you've got inside here is you've got your tail and you've got your mini wings at the back. You've got your connectors underside here that you would attach these onto. These are attached to little servos, I believe, that when you move these then just no, they're not attached to servos at all by the look. No, it might be. It is attached. If you look straight down here, it is attached to some sort of contraption. I think it is attached to this here, which might be servo controlled. It looks like it is, just simply because, you see, you've got a little bit of cutout there and you do attach it. It looks like, I'm going to assume it's servo controlled anyway until I know otherwise. So that's there. And then you've got your little faux missiles. One here and one here that just affix onto the wing, just to give you a bit of extra stability and a bit of extra weight when flying. So there's a little bit to be glued. What I'm going to concentrate on first is quite simply gluing in this motor, making sure all that is sound, attaching the motor, attaching the wing, and then building the plane up from there. You've got a couple of accessory bags. One of them is for your motor at the back. Well, it looks like it's a motor at the back, and do you know what? There is no motor at the back. It's fake. There is nothing there at all. It's just a little circle that you pop in the back there like that. So you have this sort of affair at the back. I thought that would be motorized. It doesn't look like it is. It is just a little fake motor there. Right, so I'm going to get my glue. Let's check out this surface on here first. Surface is really flat. And in the other bag you just got your standard balance charger. I'm not too concerned about that. I've got quite a few balance chargers. So I'm going to do, excuse the hands, just going to glue this back down just so that it's all nice and solid. So I'm doing this on a weekend, and then it'll take best part of the week then for it to properly go off. Well, it won't, it'll take like a day or so for it to properly go off, but I'll be giving it a week between this video and me actually flying it. The surface is really nice and clean, so maybe they just didn't stick this one down perhaps. I don't know, it's quite strange that they would just stick down one and not the other. Now there's a tiny little cable underneath here. When I'm fixing this, I'm trying not to get that cable caught, but it's a little bit easier said than done. There we are, done. Sorry, I know you can't see this bit. I'm just aligning it and getting that stuck in, then I'll show you exactly what I've done. So there we are, that's the motor I've just stuck down. See, there's no cable in the way, it's all nice and properly attached. Now these motors, as you will notice, if I hold the wing still and hold it straight, then these motors pitch up a little bit. That's to be expected, don't be perturbed by that. That is fine. Right, now with that attached, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the inside here. Again, just using Yoo-hoo. You know, I like this glue personally. You know, you can stick everything down nice, and if the wing does come off, then with a little bit of gentle sanding you can just stick it back down as well. It doesn't really require any proper preparation in order for that to properly be stuck down, which is quite nice. With a lot of other hobby glues I've used over the years, you have to make sure that everything is all nice and clean and everything is all properly manicured before you actually go and glue everything down. Now I'm guessing, let's check out these instructions for 2 seconds. I'm guessing, yeah, the motors go behind, which is exactly what you'd expect. Now I'm going to just prop this onto here and hold it, and then I'm going to attach these motors up just nice and gently. When I'm doing this, I'm risking that other motor coming off the back, so if you see it fall off, it's not the end of the world. I'll just have to stick it down again when I finish fiddling with all of this. Now when those are properly pushed in on the inside of the plane, you can feed these cables back in. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because you want to push this in, you don't want the plane to sort of move around with you. So I'm just trying to get these inside the little part of the plane, and I don't want this to, damn it, it's very fiddly this bit is. Da, 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 da. In it goes, in that goes, and then you should be able then to stick that down. Now I'm not going to use my hobby clamps for this, because this isn't it's not as large as the Predator that we built a few weeks ago. It does look like it is going to be very easy to stick down. It's a slightly different grade EPP foam. So what I'm doing here, if I can just show you, sorry, I'm very aware that I'm not actually showing the camera anything I'm doing, I'm just describing what I'm doing. I'm just making sure with a little blunt edge of this screwdriver that I'm poking in the cables, so that when you actually look down the side here, you see there's no cables stuck in the way, and likewise if I turn the plane over, there's no cables stuck in there as well. So it's all nice and sticking quite well. Those motors seem to be, well, the motor seems to be sticking quite well also. This is a much different EPP, seems like a different grade, and from that it does feel as if this glue is going to stick a lot easier. Now we come down to the other part of the plane that needs to be affixed, which is you need to have the tail rotor fixed, and you need to have these two fixed as well. So let me just see if I can take 2 minutes out and just check the schematics of this to make sure that I'm doing it right. I'm pretty sure I am. I just want to, yes I am, there we are, fine. I just wanted to double check, and that is very good detailed instructions, by the way. Now I'm going to be careful with this, and I'm going to move everything out of the way for the minute. because I need to have this upside down so that then I can attach these little motors underside. Now these are very easy pull apart motors. So all you do is you pull one side apart and you affix it to whichever part you want it to be affixed onto. So I'm going to fix it onto the middle one. Make sure they're both attached to the same point, right and left. So both into the middle part, both attached. And when you've done that, this is what they should look like. So it's fully attached, fully locked in. That now controls the back end of the plane. So you should find, you should find that when you move the plane around, that these wings then move and you'll get that turning action left and right. There we go. So that is all done. So that's what we've got so far. So we've got a blank plane, wings are on, motors are on, everything's connected, and we've got the tail rudder on there as well. Now I'm going to attach the tail by the look of it, but I'm not too sure. And then what I've got to do is put on that propeller at the back. So in order to do that, just push it in. And then once you've pushed it in, essentially that's what it looks like. Like that. Easy as it goes. Right then. Looks the part, like that. So that's the affair. Underneath it, here, there's a slot underneath there. This there, that's just for show. So no matter what you try and do with this plane, you need to have the landing gear on it. You cannot not have the landing gear on it because you've got this tail on the back which is pointing down. Oh God, that is really annoying. That is really annoying. 6 ways a Sunday, that has really annoyed me. And it's such a silly thing to get annoyed about, but that has. Right, and you've got some decals here as well. So these are what you get. Nice little strip decals. Should you want to put them on, then fantastic. Feel free. I'm going to glue these bombs on because no doubt, a bit like the C-17 fake motors we had back then, this could be something that they use to weigh down the plane a little bit. Because little techniques like that have been used and are used in RC quite a lot. So there's the one bomb on there, this side, and then I'm going to put the other one on there, and then I'm going to stick these wings down again because these wings have moved. So then if I turn this around again, then once again I can just stick that bomb on that side. This Yoo-hoo seems to be working really quickly today. Really quickly, which is a good thing. But it must be a different form of foam. Righty-ho. Let's just stop the glue from coming out for a second. Oh, I'm going to have glue everywhere. And then, once again, just push these cables in, making sure not to nick any of the cables there. Right, and that's it. Fully assembled. There is your Reaper. So you've got your two back-facing motors, you've got your two bombs on the front here, left and right. You've got the landing gear on front and back. You also have these two little tail motors on the back as well. The motors just attach very easily as I showed you. And then you've got the faux motor at the back here as well. The faux propeller rather at the back. So from the back side, that's what it looks like. From the top, from the front, all looks very nice. Now, there we go. So this is going to be another week before I can go out and fly this. I'm really looking forward to it, so I'm going to leave this to one side for it to go off and for it to set properly. So there we are, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.